I have seen some, obviously, Sixers fans, in one of the questions tonight, we'll kind of target a little bit from one of our subscribers, but I'm seeing the Sixers fans want us to kind of, throw up the white flag, shut Embiid down, trade Yabusele, do everything he can right now just to get, assets for next year and whatnot, because Yabusele's, I guess, right now his value is really high since he's an expiring contract and he's playing really well. But I think if we are trying to get, which I think the organization, everyone still wants to get into the playoffs, the play-in at least, Yabusele's become huge, especially with Paul George being out as much as he has been, and Embiid being out as much as he has been. I think if you trade Yabusele, I think you put yourselves in a really tough spot. And I think if you do trade Yabusele, I think we're waving the white flag. So do you guys see the pros and cons of trading Yabusele, which a lot of Sixers fans want to do?
I mean, I think that, trades are hard because, you always have a guy that in most cases that you like and there's a value of you are usually the ones that go somewhere else. If it wasn't a value, then, you wouldn't have all these people, not wanting him to go. So that's a hard part because sometimes you have to lose some value to probably get more value or get the value that you want, or need, basically. I think at the end of the day, I think if the Sixers' goal is still to win a championship, it's still to make the playoffs and win the championship, you have to do whatever's necessary to put yourself in the best position to make that happen. I don't know what that'll look like, but that's what your approach has to be if that's still your goal. So I don't think that I don't envision them making decisions and saying we're rebuilding or we're going on the youth movement with the guys that they have on their team. I think that went out the window when they gave Paul, that 4-year deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Yabusele, trading him comes with giving up the season, right? He's been one of our most consistent players. I'd say
I wouldn't say giving up by trading him. I wouldn't say that equates to giving up on the season. I wouldn't say that. Because it also depends on if you're moving somebody with him or who you're receiving in return.
Oh, yeah.
If you're just trading him for a pick or something like that, then yeah, maybe so. But
yes,
it kind of
that's
depends,
what I meant.
It kind of depends on what that trade is.
Yeah. Yes. Now, if it's a package of KJ Martin, Yabusele, and a pick for Kuminga, if that's the kind of deal we're talking about, I see why they're doing that.
Yeah,
they're trying.
That's one side of it. That's one side of it. But another side of it is if you can't sign him and you aren't going to be able to sign him, do you let him walk in the summer or do you try to get some value from him? Because he's outplaying his contract.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the example I gave,
that's the business. That's the business part of it. It's not necessarily the best basketball decision, but it's probably the best business decision.
Yeah. But then again, management and they've said that ownership said that they're fine going over the cap, going over the tax lines for the best possible roster necessary. That's why you'd want to get a Kuminga type. You plan on going over the cap, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I believe that when I see it. So I don't trust that we'll go over the cap stuff when teams say it. I do believe they'll go over the cap, but I don't believe they'll go over the cap for anybody.
Yes, I think they're going to have to see the long-term plus. If we trade for a Kuminga type, I think they're planning on re-signing him and going over the cap, right? Is that what you would assume?
Yeah. That's what I said. I mean, I just say I don't see them envision them doing it for anybody, but there are guys that I believe they will do it for.
I mean, yeah, I just think it's just Yabusele's been everything we've pretty much wanted him to be, man. Toughness, rebounding, 40% from three. I mean, we asked for it. He's giving it to us. Good off the bench, good starting.
I mean, I think he's been definitely been a positive. I think most of the times when when he was kind of not necessarily a positive is sometimes when we played him at center and he's been undersized.
Yes.
That has hurt us at times, but that's not necessarily his fault. That's just his size and the position we playing on. But he is, for a minimum guy, he's done extremely well. Especially with his ability to stretch the court, has definitely helped. He does struggle a little bit in defensively. He's a bigger guy, but he's a shorter guy. So sometimes you envision guys that are shorter being a little better defensively, like in pick and rolls and stuff like that. But those are things I think in other ways he's kind of makes up for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely McCain and Yabusele have been the bright spots to this the start of the season so far. But yeah, I saw a few reports yesterday. Sixers fans quote tweeting these reports, but I know Evan Sidery tweeted yesterday that contenders are looking at Yabusele, and it's like, contenders, man, like we are a contender. Why are
we're supposed to be a contender?
Yeah. It just really irks me.
We're a pretender right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess pretending's over. We're sleeping. Right
yeah, we are who we are, I guess.
Pretending,
right now. Yeah. This iteration of the team, not the team with the big three playing, because they've only played 5 minutes with each other. So
sure, yeah.